Hey, everybody, this is Perch. I said it a little differently. Hey, everybody, this is Perch. Anyway, um, let's see what we got here. We talk a lot about legacy heroes, new heroes, and there's this whole dynamic of like, can you continue to keep people interested in Steve Rogers, Captain America? The world has moved on, and this guy's talking about World War II. Like, does that make any sense at all? What's confusing to me, I just want to throw this out there about Captain America, is it's there's been a lot of people who have made the comment of Captain America is a legacy character. He fought in World War II, and nobody will understand that because it's 80 years later, and like, come on, it's like it's so old fashioned of a concept, and that's why we need to retire him for good and make him a legacy character, and bring in somebody new. And it's like, who could identify with fighting in World War II? It's like, I don't know, but half of the people saying this won't shut up about literal Nazis. So, are you really telling me that Captain America, who fought in World War II against the Nazis, that is incomprehensible to the current reading audience? I'm just spitballing here, but that seems a little strange. That you won't shut up on Twitter about Nazis, but then you can't understand Cap fighting Nazis because it happened 80 years ago. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I get part of it. I think, a lot of the people who talk about, OMG, literal Nazis, we better go burn down the police station, or the kind of people Captain America punch right in the mouth. But I'll let those people kind of do the math of what that says about who they are. But anyway, whatever. Here's a mail. It says, "Hey, Perch, thanks for the great show." Well, thanks. Great show. Okay, if you say so. When should a legacy character be thrown away? And when should they be salvaged? Do legacy characters have an expiration date? Why should DC create Joe Mullen and Ty Pham when Simon Baz, and Kelly have never had their own real titles? They had that joint title. Anyway, sorry. While Wally West, Danny Ketch, and Kyle Rayner had decades to develop and grow a fan base, why should characters like Wallace West, Robbie Reese, and Jessica Cruz not have the same opportunity? Obviously, in Wallace's case, it doesn't help when you have the same superhero identity and literal name as your predecessor. that is a problem, which obviously didn't stop DC from doing the same stupid thing with Jeff Chambers. But still, at least ironically, the largest superhero family, Batman, says most unique identities, minus Cassandra Cain, Jace Fox, and Tim Drake. 3 out of 20 ain't half bad. But how many Flashes, Green Lanterns, Supermans, Wonder Girls do we need before we get to the next one? And who's to blame for these characters being forgotten? The fans or the comic companies? Well, not the fans. You can't blame the fans for forgetting things. I mean, I, I think so. That's the mail. What do you do with legacy characters? Look, I think it is, as I've talked about many times before, it's better to invest in the characters you have. And yes, that means you have to face uncomfortable truths. A lot of the quote unquote legacy characters made during the 60s and the 70s, turned out to be white dudes. That is true. It's factually true by data. So what is the solution to that? Well, create new characters. Maybe create new characters that are, I don't know, less percentage of white to other ethnicities. I mean, by all means, to even things out, or to be able to speak to the entire market. But you still need to invest in those, old white guys. You still need to continue to build them up because they are valuable property and brands for you. Hal Jordan Green Lantern is known. Not a white dude, but John Stewart is known. And if we go back, 15 years or so, and you got Simon Baz, you got Jessica Cruz, you introduce these new characters, you need to give them time to grow and evolve and kind of do their thing. But, both of the major comic companies that have these IPs are obsessed with the idea of bringing something new out. And, they do this for one reason, and it's not the reason they say. They will say they do it to introduce exciting, new, diverse characters, but if you just think about it for a moment, that doesn't exactly, make sense when you've got characters like Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz running around, and you've done kind of jack all with those characters. and you're like, we really need to introduce a black superhero. It's like, yeah, okay, you have Jon Stewart, you have Simon Bob, you have all kinds of black superheroes already that you're electing to do absolutely nothing with. I've talked about it before on the channel. Vixen is a good character. Feels like DC kind of wakes up every 10 years or so and remembers that they have Vixen and like, oh, we should put her in some stories. And they do that for a little while. And they're like, oh, well, hang on, we need to have more black superheroes. You're like, wait, what? What? But you need to keep investing in these characters. Yes, I mean, it's an uncomfortable truth that Green Lantern, the original one, the Hal Jordan one, is white. But that's what you did. And for many decades, Hal Jordan ran around, fought crime, defended the Earth, had various adventures, arguably was a pedophile, then did other things. But I've been in the past and continue to get in huge heated arguments with Hal Jordan fans about, it's like, how dare you call him a pedophile? It's like, look, this is one of the rare instances in comic books where Hal Jordan called himself that. Hal Jordan's like, I wouldn't want people thinking about pedophile while I'm, dating this super young alien girl who is like, oh, is my age a problem? Well, shit, I'll just age myself. Like, hey, I'll use my alien powers to just age myself up real quick. Now it's good. Let's fuck. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, come on. But Green Lantern fans go like, it doesn't work that way. She was an alien. The physiology is. I'm like, okay, stop it. If you want to open up that door, okay, that she's not human, therefore concepts like age and other stuff. And I know it's like I lived 18 millennia. Yeah, but you look like a 12-year-old. Hal Jordan's from Earth. He was raised by those values. Just stop it. So you can't be like raised in this culture, in this environment, then you fly off into space, and it's like, well, on this planet, the jailbait is totally legal. You're like, well, I mean, when in Rome, you can't, come on. But if you want to go down that path, that this is all cool because she's an alien, then I think you also have to go down the path, if you're one of those people who's saying, hey, look, Hal Jordan's not, bisexual, pansexual, whatever the hell it is, because look, he's only slept with women. It's like, yeah, but they're aliens. I mean, if they can't, are they women? I don't know. It's turning into a Supreme Court nomination hearing where it's, what is a woman? I'm pretty confident I can identify that on this planet, but hell, aliens walking around, who knows what they've got running around in there? I mean, like, look, if the character can, like, the appearance doesn't match the age, and then they can just randomly kind of shift their appearance and age themselves up for no apparent reason. I mean, hell, who's to say that one day that same character is like, you know what, I think I'll have a dick today, and just one appears. I mean, anyway, you can't have it both ways. Hal Jordan is either creepy as fuck, or I don't know how we got onto this. Anyway, so legacy characters. I don't think you ever need to retire them. I think you need to keep investing in them. And I think that retiring them is often a form of laziness. It's kind of admitting, I don't have any more ideas. I am, I just want to have a blank slate to do whatever I want. The sad part is when people do get that blank slate, they're like, man, it's just too hard to write Superman or Green Lantern, Flash. And they have so much continuity. I can't possibly figure out a way to write this character with all this existing stuff. I need to have a cleaner slate. When they get that cleaner slate, they tend to write the same old shit that they've written millions of times. The characters are not inventive. They're not unique. In a lot of cases, it's the same kind of, 3 basic character traits. So what was the point of, I need to invent a brand new character. I can really, do whatever I want and stretch my legs, be imaginative and all that kind of stuff. What was the point if you were just then going to create the most generic, rando character ever? It just doesn't work. So I don't know. I think that you should continue to invest in legacy characters. There's never a reason to retire them. And before you go running out creating new characters, look to what you have. Invest in what you have. Quite frankly, as I mentioned earlier, the argument of, well, all those legacy characters are white dudes, it doesn't hold water. Because, this may make you feel old. If you're reading comics in the 80s and 90s, that's 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Guess what? That's legacy, pal. You start reading comics in 96, great. You read legacy comics. If this was music, it would be classic rock. So, in that time period, there were plenty of non-white characters running around, and there are plenty of there's tons. Books like the Avengers Academy were just vomiting out diverse characters that, had a good storyline, some decent stuff in there. And then it's like, okay, now we'll just forget about it entirely. Well, maybe we'll put in this Hunger Games Battle Royale ripoff, and then we'll forget about them entirely. Invest in the legacy characters. Simon Baz, yeah, do something. But or Jon Stewart, do something with Jon. I don't think Joe Mullen was needed. I don't think we needed another Green Lantern running around out there. And quite bluntly, truth hurts. Nothing about Joe Mullen's personality and the way the character is written distinguish her as much different from, most of the other Green Lanterns. I don't hate the character like others do, but just the differences between how they write that character and say Jon Stewart or Simon Baz, they're all about the same. Really. Joe Mullen is a lesbian, I believe. So, but that does, hell, this would be a case where you'd even want to see more conversation about that, because maybe she does. I don't know. But because at least it'd be something unique. But Jessica Cruz, she had her, fear and anxiety she was trying to get over. And that was interesting. And then she kind of got over it. And then, and that, okay. For all that I joke about old Hal Jordan, at least he's got, some uniqueness to him. He, saved the world, banged an alien chick, blew up a city. He's got a few things going on. But you've got plenty of legacy characters to do stuff with. So do stuff with them. And no, I don't think you ever need to retire them. But that's just me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course. And thanks for listening.